They told the world she was just a beautiful face. And for decades, everyone believed it. But behind the lights of Hollywood, behind the cameras, behind the fame, there was a secret no one was supposed to see. Because the same woman they admired on screen quietly helped create one of the most important technologies in human history. And almost no one gave her credit for it. You use her invention every single day, and you probably have no idea who she was. Her name was Hedy Lamarr. To the public, she was one of the most famous actresses of the 1930s and 40s. Glamorous, elegant, desired. She was called the most beautiful woman in the world. But beauty was the only thing people were willing to see. What they didn't see was her mind. And what her mind was about to do would take decades for the world to understand. Before Hollywood, before the fame, she was already surrounded by power, control, and danger. Married to a wealthy arms dealer with connections to the Nazi regime, Hedy found herself trapped in a world where military secrets were discussed over dinner. She listened. She paid attention. She learned. While others saw a glamorous wife, she was absorbing knowledge about weapons, communication systems, and war technology. And eventually, she escaped. Fleeing that life, she arrived in the United States and became a star. The world saw her as entertainment, but her mind never stopped working. Remember that, because everything that comes next depends on it. Then came World War II, and with it, a problem that no one in the military could solve. Torpedoes could be controlled by radio signals, but those signals were easy to detect, easy to jam, easy to stop, which meant missions failed, lives were lost. Military experts, trained men in laboratories with resources, struggled to find an answer. But the solution didn't come from a lab. It came from an actress. Hedy imagined something radical. What if the signal didn't stay on one frequency? What if it constantly changed, jumping from one frequency to another, so fast that no one could track it? A system impossible to intercept. Together with composer George Antheil, she developed the concept. A synchronized system. Elegant, complex, brilliant. They patented it, and then they offered it to the US Navy. This was their moment. This was where everything should have changed. The generals looked at the patent. They read the concept. They understood what it could do. And then they looked at her. Not at the invention, at her. A woman, an actress, a face from the movie posters. They told her she could be more useful selling war bonds. They told her to go back to acting. And just like that, her invention was shelved. No tests, no trials, no response. Nothing. Years passed. The war ended. Technology advanced. And quietly, the exact same concept she created began to resurface. Frequency hopping, secure communication, the foundation of systems that would eventually evolve into something much bigger. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, modern wireless communication. The world started using the idea, expanding it, profiting from it, depending on it. But her name was nowhere to be found. No recognition, no spotlight, no reward. The technology changed everything, but the woman behind it remained in the shadows. It wasn't until decades later that people began to understand what she had done. By then, it was almost too late. Hedy Lamarr died in 2000, not as a celebrated scientist, not as a pioneer of modern communication, but mostly remembered as a beautiful actress from another era. And maybe that's the most unsettling part of this story. Not that she changed the world, but that the world almost forgot she did. Because sometimes, the people who shape the future the most are the ones history refuses to see. Her story was almost lost forever, just like the others. There are more women like Hedy, women who discovered, invented, fought, and were erased. If you think their stories deserve to be told, you know what to do.